Belonging. It's finding spaces where you feel at home and can stand out. It's extending dignity to all people. Above all, belonging is agency, having the ability to create and shape the world around you. We've explored the depths of various narratives, experiences, and practices that inform belonging, and this is in common.
This work is a living testament of how belonging comes to life. But what aspects of life help inform why belonging is even necessary to begin with? Individuals are reporting a heightened feeling of cross-cultural tension and division within their communities. Loneliness sits at the core of these experiences and informs just how deeply a lack of belonging can impact your life and well-being. Consider this problem similar to an onion with many layers, and in order to get to the root, each layer needs to be examined from a different perspective. In Common takes a multi-layered approach when leveraging belonging to co-create and shape stronger, future-proof communities and organizations. We prioritize physical spaces of connection, inclusion, and cultural solidarity in order to foster collaboration and change. Our diverse team of multi-hyphenate design strategists aim to bridge the gap between communities and the necessary tools that build a stronger sense of agency.
What we need is a multi-pronged strategic plan that not only centers agency as a vehicle for intercultural solidarity, but also enables lasting organizational and system change. At the center of the ecosystem sits the In Common project, which centers belonging. The manifesto proclaims the universal tenets of belonging. The field guide is a practical tool for initiatives. The studio actionizes design interventions. The network unites a global connection hub built on the collective work of organizations and individuals from around the globe who are eager to share resources and advance the conversation around cultural solidarity, belonging, and agency.
But how does a multi-pronged strategic plan come together? For us, it meant taking a deep dive into the strategic design process. Starting with a landscape analysis, by mapping our collaborators and connectors, we were able to identify the gaps in the market and carve a space for In Common. The landscape is ripe for a belonging-driven studio based in community-centered design that's founded on a deep commitment to scale the beauty of belonging into an actionable process for systemic intervention. Through these exercises and with inputs from our findings, we identified and distilled the many ways of belonging. These are the simplified and approachable means of how we could systematically shape and create belonging with communities. Next, we organized a roadmap using the 5 phases of the concept: build, align, assess, execute, and network. We identified our key activities and priorities and developed a process that would bring us from idea to implementation. Using a function and actions mapping exercise, we plotted and laid out all the necessary tasks needed to bring the concept to fruition. No action was too small to be considered. We developed a workshop series that served as both a prototype and a tool to learn about our user, the concept positioning, and a way to close the gaps between the creative nature of our concept and the practical application and necessity of our tools. The manifesto proclaims the universal tenets of belonging. It's our dynamic, scalable, and adaptable declaration intended to help design physical spaces where belonging thrives. It establishes 4 foundational ways of belonging through ritual, spaces, purpose, and dialogue. The manifesto lays out our guiding principles for how belonging can be fostered within your community. By cultivating these values, we can remove barriers and empower organizations to create spaces of belonging. The field guide is a practical, step-by-step process of bringing this work to life. Embedded within are a collection of tools to help action belonging interventions for organizations, communities, and practitioners. One of the tools within our toolkit is a powerful mechanism for leveraging data collection methodologies to measure progress and growth of the feelings of belonging, the belonging matrix. Through this diagnostic tool, we can start to identify how to shift the narrative from being a receiver, on the left, to being creators of belonging, shown on the right. It explores the 4 mindsets we experience on our journey to the ultimate sense of belonging: observer, representative, participant, and shaper. The Belonging Matrix has unlocked the ability to measure belonging for organizations and has made it an approachable concept for individuals who might not have the necessary language or resources. Interventions are nothing without someone to facilitate them. In Common Studio was designed to connect the dots of our work and co-create new futures with organizations and communities. But we're nothing without the other half of this, which is you, our future partners and collaborators. We started our journey with the goal of understanding belonging. We knew it as an intangible experience that made us feel warm and fuzzy, but our endeavor revealed what we knew all along. Belonging is also a strategic tool that can take on many forms, be analyzed and codified, and most importantly, serve as a diagnostic launching pad that drives change. In Common was created from a shared passion for community and a vision to shape a world where intercultural solidarity thrives. So what does belonging mean to you? All of us have the power to engage, shape, and challenge. What steps can you take today to co-create spaces of belonging in your communities and organizations?